Well, good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much-anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. The city of Basel, known so much for its beauty, and that beauty certainly extends to the stadium. And so we stand for the anthems. Well, they have thrown down the gauntlet with that anthem. Now to match it. So, Jim Beglin, what is your interpretation of the way they appear to be lining up?
Well, it's an attempt, Peter, to put a solid bedrock in place and negotiate the game from there. If they can absorb what comes towards their box in the early stages, then the midfield can begin looking for more of the possession and can start thinking about a more probing influence on the contest. It all depends on keeping their goal intact, so they won't have to open up and indulge in taking risks at the other end.
There's the whistle. Striding forward, facing goal. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Chiesa. It's gone out for a throw-in. Just brushed off the ball there. Jorginho. And here's Insigne. Insigne finds himself offside. Jorginho. Out to the right. Here it comes. Only partially clear. And it's Verratti. Over to the left. Played into the middle. And here comes the corner. Strong punch. Marco Verratti. Oh, goes for goal! Well, he caught that pure, but no end product.
Well, I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back-page headlines there.
Marco Verratti. Verratti!
Well, I suppose it wasn't the worst attempt if you consider how far out he was.
Switzerland are playing with a pleasing width here.
Especially that front line.
Is it working for you?
It's not movement for the sake of it, and yes,
And they has a hit! Oh, denied brilliantly!
well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Chiellini is there to heave it away. That's a throw. Jorginho. Chiesa. Gets the better of his man. Drilled in low. Oh no, that's not the ball he wanted. And here's Insigne. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. And he has shown him a yellow card. That was venomous. And it's Verratti. Lorenzo Insigne. He's got the ball glued to his feet. Insigne is fouled. Well, he's playing innocent. He has every reason to. He knows what's coming. A second yellow, and he's off. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Insigne taking charge of the dead ball. And the potential here for the first goal of the game. And he just whacks it away. Turns and goes back. Marco Verratti. Now it's Insigne. He gets past his man. It's Insigne! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Has a look and has a go. And that will sail harmlessly past.
If he sacrifices some power, he may control the elevation.
Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Tries lifting it over, looking for space out wide. Referee's given a throw. Jorginho. And here's Immobile. Ricardo Rodriguez. Steered forward. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
And it's Seferovic. He's got through. And here's the chance to counter. Immobile! There it is!
Well, players of his stature just live for moments like that. Another really important contribution as we near half-time, and it can make such an impact on each mindset.
That was glorious. Pinpoint accuracy.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
Italy draw first blood here.
He's just gone and reminded us yet again of what a threat he carries.
Keeper sends it forward. And we've reached half-time. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight. How would you review the first half?
Yes, they're behind, but it's a reversible situation. As long as better defensive focus can avoid a second goal on the counter, they know they have the wherewithal to come up with what they need.
Italy leading 1-0 at the break. Already up and running for the second half. Italy carrying a one-goal lead. Ricardo Rodriguez. Well, that's where he wants it. It's gone for a throw-in. Ricardo Rodriguez. Granit Xhaka. Lorenzo Insigne. Insigne going full steam ahead down the left flank. Insigne. Oh, really good feet from him. Tries to get it clear. Seferovic. Hoists it high. He's through. Battles to win it back. Seferovic gets on the end of it. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Chiesa! Granit Xhaka. Still just a single goal between the sides. Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. Verratti needed to come up with a better ball.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure.
Granit Xhaka. Chiesa was not to be moved. keeps everyone guessing. Regardless of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Granit Xhaka. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Insigne goes pelting down that left hand. He's tried one! No, he's missed it.
Lorenzo Insigne put absolutely everything he had into that. Maybe better look next time.
Marco Verratti. Insigne. Insigne goes on a run down the left wing. Insigne. Oh, that's nice. So who's he picking out? He's gone for it! Played out to the right. Granit Xhaka.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
It's Immobile! Oh, and that should have been two. Immobile
Really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Italy got their goal at the end of the first half, and it's 1-0. And it's Insigne.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Forward it goes. Has gone out. It is just a question of running down the clock now. He's there to his shoots! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Immobile tries to stroke it through. They've won a corner. Hits one! Good strike, quite an alarm. And that is that. What a game. End to end, it flew by, and in the end, it all came down to just the odd goal. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, to me, this is a result, Peter, that says an awful lot more than the scoreline suggests. You know, after the goal, the team just settled down and looked surprisingly comfortable and didn't really